Special Force Unit, the Majeed Brigade, has released the very first visuals of the attack. You can see it on the right side of our screens. The visuals released by the BLA has captured an explosion, following which smoke can be seen billowing out of the bus. The video was released hours after pictures from the deadly attack had surfaced, showcasing a charred bus and other vehicles destroyed in the Noshki district, which is nearly 150 kilometers away from Quetta. Remember, the same group had previously claimed that it had hijacked the Jaffar Express that had left dozens of people dead. Now, as the situation continues to escalate in the volatile region in Pakistan, the question that arises now is how exactly are things going to pan out? My colleague Ajay Jandal with us on the broadcast. Ajay, it's been a tumultuous couple of days for Pakistan. On the 11th, of course, the Jaffar Express was hijacked. On the 16th, the army convoy was then attacked in Pakistan. The Pakistan military has of course been very tight-lipped as far as both incidents and the death tolls are concerned, but certain eyewitnesses have come out and given other statements. The BLA, of course, which has claimed responsibility, has also in fact claimed a higher death toll in both cases. So the larger question is Pakistan imploding?
See, the way basically two incident has taken place, that indicates that somebody have hijacked a train, and they knew that there are more than 400 people in the train, and the casualty Pakistani army says that is more or less very less. So that shows that Pakistan's this is a habit of Pakistani forces and intelligence agency, that they don't share exact figure that how many casualties they have faced in whatever incident has happened. And in a fresh attack of BLA, in which BLA claims that they have killed 90 people, and they are the defense forces personnel bus, which was basically carrying the defense forces personnel there, that was attacked by the BLA, and it was a suicide kind of attack. That is what our sources are saying. And immediately after the explosion, the visuals of the bus, the condition of the bodies which was basically lying over there on the road, that shows that how much disastrous it could be. So that's why it is very tough to say that how Pakistani army says that they haven't shared the data of the bus, but in train incident they have says that only few persons, especially the civilians, they were killed. So that is definitely very surprising, that what they want to say and convey the people of Pakistan. But the way basically attacks are taking place, that could be the reason that they don't want people or public or the forces to be demoralized. So that's why they are hiding the figure. But BLA claims that they have carried out major attack and they have killed so many people in this attack as well.
Indeed, Ajay, stay on with us. We're also being joined by Major General Sudhakar Jee, defense expert, this morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you for speaking to NewsX. I was, of course, discussing with my colleague Ajay over here the two incidents that have taken place within the span of a week in Pakistan. Balochistan, of course, has been volatile for quite a while now. It's witnessed several resistance movements. It's the fifth that is ongoing currently if we look at Pakistan's history at least. So what do you think is going to be the future of Balochistan? Do you think it's going to break away soon? Because of course we've seen these attacks take place recently. They are clearly testament to the fact that there is internal turmoil within Pakistan.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for getting me to your show, and compliments to Ajay, very nicely articulated about the perspective. Before I go ahead, if you have time, let me respond to your question, one portion of your question. Is it likely to break away? Breaking away of any province by a state, by a country or from a country is, as I see, as a student of geopolitics, military science, strategy and security, is a very far-fetched. It's a long pipe dream. It's very difficult. And it shouldn't happen also. But having said that, the situation is evolving in such a manner, it is a long-standing, firstly, Balochistan was never never legally, technically, and also geostrategically, from geopolitics perspective, it was never a integral part of Pakistan. That has to be understood. It was under duress, at gunpoint, broad daylight. You see, the Jinnah himself was the advisor to the King of Kalar. And 1 year prior to joining Pakistan, Jinnah only advised Kalat, King of Kalat, that yes, you should declare independence, and that is how the independence was declared. And 1 year later, same Jinnah advises him, now the situation is different, you please join Pakistan. And when he registered, because the country, Balochistan, had a bicameral system, parliamentary system of democracy. They had parliaments, upper house and lower house. They had representatives in place. They had a constitution. They had a flag. They had language. They had everything. From that status to force somebody, getting King of Kalat hijacked, getting him to a point where Jinnah was staying, at gunpoint he was made to sign the Treaty of Accession. So if this be the background, then they should have been treated as such as citizens of Pakistan. They have not been. The socio-economic development is zero, and all the resources, minerals, everything is being taken from here. China has been leased, by the way, gold mine and a copper mine, the best quality, high-grade quality of gold and copper. And China, there is no system in the agreement with China as per which they are supposed to actually disclose. If something is being extracted and being mined from a particular country, taken to China, they don't even disclose. Pakistan doesn't know. 4% of GDP of Pakistan today is being provided by Balochistan. And mind you, as far as the gas and the oil, 1.5 billion dollar per year at an average is being given to Pakistan's economy. And how much does Balochistan get? Gets around $116 million. So it is just peanuts. So what I'm coming to is, this particular activity of resistance is going to spike, because it is not a resentment of being sponsored by somebody from outside. It is a self-driven. Look at the women in Majeed Brigade. Look at the Majeed Brigade, the way, the motivation. You know, the doctors, the lawyers, the engineers, the highly qualified software engineers, they have all come together. The educated mass of Balochistan are together. So these are the people. And look at the way this particular ambush of Jaffar Express, which has taken place, it is not in a one-night event. They must have carried out thorough planning. It is more than a military kind of operation. Thorough planning, rehearsal must have been carried out, coordination must have been done. There are multiple stakeholders in this kind of an event. So therefore, they would have seen where the response is likely. Now look at Pakistan. Pakistan is saying only 33 BLAs have been killed. Only 4 soldiers have died from Pakistan army. And likewise, you see, the first and foremost victim in any conflict is the truth. Pakistan, if they want to make meaningful, substantive progress, my takeaway is that they have to accept the truth. They have to say, yes, so-and-so casualties have taken place. Yes, we will listen to your problems. Let's sit down. If you are asking for your political prisoners back, or the prisoners of Balochi freedom movement, we'll give them, we'll consider. Let there be a dialogue and discussion. Pakistan's arrogance, political and military arrogance, is too high to accept any kind of negotiation at any point in time, as per my understanding. If it happens, it will definitely happen for good. As on today, you see, yesterday, I think we are in your channel, we are discussing about the Fidaini attack in Nuksi. Look at the mode, the type of Fidaini attack. We had a Fidaini attack in Pulwama in 2019 February, if I recall correctly. It was one bus. It had 40 CRPF passengers, and one vehicle, lone unidentified vehicle, came and rammed into it. Here at Nukshi, there are 7 to 8 buses loaded with Pakistani army or security personnel. Fidains come, they ram into the vehicles catch fire, they're charred, burnt, and people run out of the buses helter-skelter. Those people are also rounded up. There is another circle of Fidains which actually encircles these escaping people. They again are subjected to another Fidaini attack. 90 people have died, and Pakistan doesn't accept the fact. If they are not prepared to accept what is Balochis are claiming, the truth will be the biggest victim, and hence the way forward is going to witness very serious, violent, and devastating kind of activities from Balochi Liberation, because it is not only Balochi Liberation Army. They have now jointly, they have a revolutionary group, they have a Hindustan Revolutionary Army, they have a Balochi Liberation Front, they have Balochi Liberation Army under one flag, that is Baloch National Army. Now they have got together, they have a specialized team to deal with the cyber, specialized team to deal with the software, there is a communication headquarters, there is a coordination. It's like more like a military professional kind of activity by the non-state actors. Look at the upgradation of their objectivity, of their thought process, the conduct, the coordination, the planning, and all these things having been put on ground. This train hijacking is not one of its kind. I have not seen or heard. People may be claiming in the media that there was one in Lebanon, one in Netherlands. There's nothing to match with the magnitude of this Jaffar Express. It is more than a professional kind of a activity which is taking place. Everything has been planned to the barest detail, and that is how they have been had a hands down success against the Pakistan army. And Pakistan army would do well if they do not underplay these casualties, do not come out with the truth, and they would do well if they go in for negotiation, have a talk. This dialogue and diplomacy will definitely give a result. Back to you, Bia.